We'll start recording this for YouTube. So hello YouTube, let's hide the login screen and then let's start with this first party of the night, which is the second night of the fall tournament. I can also use my remote. And let's start to see who's playing tonight. So we have Chateau 91. FF, I'm gonna say that in Italian. Gigi Corral. Mr. Joe. The Fakes. Nice picture. Think Nick. And What the Hell. So, party description for those who have never played, I guess you've all played. You win between 500 and 1000 points for a correct answer. You're going to lose between 250 and 500 points for a wrong answer. And you get one abstention for each round. And you have 15 seconds to answer each of the questions. The format of this party, you will have 3 different rounds. The first round is a classic round with 10 questions. Then we have a survivor round with 5 questions in a survivor round. If you get a wrong answer, you're eliminated from the round and you play from the next. And then the last round is going to be again a classic 10 question round. Let's start with the first round, which is a classic round. So let's take a look at the first question. The latency is looking pretty good. Let me make it a bit better here. And let's start with the first question, which is about showbiz. Yeah, maybe I need to click the right window to progress. When was Kevin Spacey born? Let's start with a very easy one. 1955, 1951, 1963, or 1959. You have one free abstention in the whole round.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer was 1959. Yeah, I was also about to tell you the wrong answer. And let's take a look, and only Mr. Joe and Gigi Corral gave the correct answer. Think Nick and FF abstained. And everybody else got it wrong, so the Fakes said 1963, no, that's too young. While What the Hell and Chateau 91 said 1955. Well, you were kind of around it, but at least nobody said 1951. Let's move on to question number 2, which is about FIFA World Cup. So what about the FIFA World Cup? This is an open question, so you need to press to reserve. What was the result of the game between England and Iran played 2 days ago? Only press if you know the exact answer, and then you will have to type it in. Anybody? Oh yeah, this is not, sorry, this is important from Excel, this is a bug. It's 0602, so 6-2. Yeah, but you were supposed to press the button. You don't just, Gigi Corral, you don't just write the answer here in Twitch. You need to press the button on the remote, and then you will get the way to give me the answer from the remote. Answering me from Twitch is not the way to do it. So for the next open question, yeah, that is the wrong answer. Nobody answered. There are no abstentions counted for open questions. So we can move on to the next. Next question is about general knowledge. This is a multiple choice, so I should always say that. So why did the Germanwings flight between Barcelona and Dusseldorf crash in 2015? Why? Suicide of the pilot. A volcanic ash cloud caused failure of both engines. There was the landing gear broke during the landing, or because of a terror attack.
2, 1.
The correct answer was suicide of the pilot. It was a very sad thing. Basically, the pilot decided to kill himself while he was flying a a flight full of people. He just locked himself in there while the other pilot went to the bathroom. And that was pretty terrible. Everybody knew it except for FM Spal, who just joined us. Welcome, FM Spal, and also Shadow91, who abstained. Everybody else knew it, with Gigi Carol, who likes all programs about airplane crashes, being the first, then FF at the fakes, and so on. Let's move on to question number 4, about geography. In which country is Graz located? This doesn't sound too hard. Austria, Switzerland, Germany, or Liechtenstein?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is Austria. Graz is in the southeastern part of Austria, not too far away from Slovenia. So let's go take a look at your answers. Everybody knew this one. With Shadow91 being very fast, that means that the latency is behaving really well tonight. Then ThinkNick, FF, Gigi Coro, and then everybody else. But everybody was very fast. Let's move on to question number 5, after which we're going to see the global standings, but now we have music question. Now increase the volume because you will need to listen to this one. And I will read the question. What's the title of this song? I will not say the answers. And the correct answer is Chaye Shukarye, which I think I mentioned last week, but of course you didn't hear it. It's a very famous song by Esma Rejepova. Let's take a look at how you performed on Balkan Music. Only the fakes knew it. Congrats, the fakes. I wonder if you actually knew it, since you answered really late, and you were the only ones to know it. What the hell abstained? And then we have FF, ThinkNick, and Shadow91 answering Nadre City Piše. I know that is from Zdravko Čolić. Then Mr. Joe said Ederlezi, that's from Goran Bregovic, and Kalashnikov is also from Goran Bregovic. FM Spal used their second abstention, which he didn't have, so you're going to lose 500 points, sorry. Global standings, Gigi Coral is in the lead, followed very closely by Mr. Joe. Then we have the fakes, and then in fourth position FF, ThinkNick, What the Hell, Shadow91, and FM Spal in negative points. Let's move on to question number 6, which is a literature question. When was Clive Cussler born? This is for Gigi Coral. 1871, 1911, 1931, or 1891?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is 1931. Let's take a look at your answers. FM Spal said 1911. No, Mr. Joe and the fakes abstained. Everybody else answered, and Shadow91 was the fastest, followed by What the Hell, then Gigi Curl, ThinkNick, and FF. Question number 7. History. And this is an open question, so press if you know it. Cinco de Mayo commemorates the victory of who over who? Press any button if you know it.
5, 4, 3.
That is not so easy. ThinkNick, you can type in the answer in your remote. You have 30 seconds. You say Spain over Portugal. And I'm afraid that the answer is wrong. So we open the question again. If you know it, you can reserve your right to answer again. Gigi Corral, you can type in the answer, preferably in your remote if you're not able to. Mexico over France. And this is the correct answer. Mexican army over the French Empire. So well done. Sorry for Think Nick. Let's take a look at the standings. Of course, Gigi Corral got it right. Think Nick is losing point. Everybody else abstained. And only Gigi Corral still has one abstention. Let's move on to question number 8, which is about mathematics. If I have €1 and I triple my money for 5 straight days, how much money do I have after 3 days? 27, 125, 81, or 9?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is 27, because the 5 straight days is just there to make you think that there's something wrong, but after 3 days, it doesn't matter that it's for 5 straight days. After 3 days, €1 becomes 3, then it becomes 9, then becomes 27. So that's how you get there. Hopefully you got it right. It was not super easy. FF abstained, but you didn't have any abstention anymore. Chateau91 said 9, no, that's after 2 days. FM Spell said 81, no, that's after 4 days. Gigi Corral abstained, and everybody else knew it, with the fakes being the fastest. So well done, the fakes. Followed by Mr. Joe, Think Nick, and What the Hell. Let's go to question number 9, which is about advertisements. This is a video question, so we are going to look at the video and then you will get the question. Let's take a look. Increase the volume.
He is the life of parties he has never attended. If he were to punch you in the face, you would have to fight off the strong urge to thank him. Sharks have a week dedicated to him. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do.
This is the advertisement of which brand of beer? Bud Light, Dos Equis, Corona, or Estrella Galicia?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is Dos Equis. This is a very famous advertisement with the most interesting man in the world. I think we had a question about him a couple of weeks ago, and nobody knew this one. I think it's very American question, because it was very popular there. And I see that, except for What the Hell said Corona, 3 teams said Estrella Galicia, and 4 teams said Bud Light. Nope, it was Dos Equis, the only one that nobody said. Well done. Let's move on and forget about this question. Let's forget about Dos Equis. Question number 10, science. What kind of animal is a mallard? A feline, a bird, a fish, or a rodent?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is that it is a bird. I'm not able to tell you much more about the mallard, but I'm going to be able to tell you that only 3 of you knew that it is that the mallard is a bird. I thought it was easy. So What the Hell, Gigi Corral, and Mr. Joe got it right. Then Think Nick, FF, and FM Spall said a feline, and the fakes said it's a rodent. Nope, a mallard is just a bird. and Shadow91 didn't get the chance to answer, so let's take a look at the global standings with Gigi Corral in the lead with 700 points over Mr. Joe, who leads by 100 points over What the Hell. Then we have the Fakes, Think Nick, FF, then in negative, Shadow91 and FM Spal. Now we are going to move on to the next round, which is a survival round. So let me remind you that in a survival round, if you get one question wrong, you're eliminated from the round and you only come back to play in the next round, so you're going to lose the possibility to answer several questions. You have one abstention in this round, so be careful in using it. Let's take a look. This question is about geography and we have an image. Let's take a look at this image. And we have a flag. And you have one abstention. I think I know this flag. Thank you, openclipart.org. Which country does this flag represent? Zambia, New Zealand, Bahamas, or Fiji?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Fiji. Yep, this is Fiji. You only know this if you watch rugby, I think. FF tried his luck and didn't get it. So Chateau91, FM Spal, and the Fakes knew it, so well done with Chateau very, very fast. Then Gigi Corral, Mr. Joe, What the Hell, and Think Nick abstained, and FF said that this is from the Bahamas. Nope, it's not from the Bahamas, sorry. So you will not be able to answer the next questions. Let's take a look at this multiple choice question. So if you already abstained, don't abstain anymore, because you will get out of the round. Multiple choice news. The current protest in Iran sparked from the death of a 22-year-old girl. What was her name? Hila Sedigi, Mariam Mirzakhani, Masa Amini, or Nina Zanyani?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is Masa Amini. Not the easiest of questions. Let's take a look. I think we are going to have some eliminations. Yes. Oh, Gigi Corral, who was in the lead of the party, is eliminated together with What the Hell. Was, I think, also very well placed, and Think Nick. So this is quite a big thing for the party. And only FM Spal and Mr. Joe knew it. The Fakes and Chateau91 abstained. Gigi Corral and Think Nick said Mariam Mirzakhani, I think that's actually a scientist. And What the Hell said Hila Sedigi, I don't know who that is. Let's move on to question number 13 for the 4 teams who are still in the game in this round. So this is a music question. Who recorded the song titled Call You Tonight? Well, this is a tough round. Carly Rae Jepsen, Justin Bieber, Garth Brooks, or Whitney Houston?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer was Whitney Houston. Let's take a look. I think we're going to have more eliminated teams. Only Mr. Joe. I thought it would be worse. And Chateau91 and the Fakes knew it with the Fakes at the very last second. FM Spal abstained and Mr. Joe said Carly Rae Jepsen. I don't even know who Carly Rae Jepsen is. Let's go. We have 3 more teams playing. Question number 14, Showbiz. Well, the standings are now really tight. And we have this actor here. I'm pretty sure that the Fakes are going to be able to give me the correct answer. I'm pretty sure about that. Who is this person? JB Smoove, Cedric the Entertainment, Aziz Ansari, or Hassan Minaj?
8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And this is Aziz Ansari, very famous comedian from Masters of None. Great first 2 seasons. Don't watch the third. FM Spall is eliminated, and Chateau and the Fakes knew it, with Chateau being the fastest. So well done. Let's move on to question number 15, which is about literature. So if you get it wrong, you're not gonna get eliminated, Chateau and the Fakes. Who is the author of the novel 11 Minutes? Dan Brown, Irving Wallace, Michael Crichton, or Paulo Coelho?
9, 8, 7.
Not
6,
easy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think this may be the hardest survivor round I ever organized. Anyway, the answer was Paulo Coelho. So let's take a look. And you both got it wrong. That's fine. It was really hard. Let's take a look at the global standings now, and they're really tight. And you see that the Fakes are now in the lead with 4,000 points over Gigi Corral, who is just behind by less than 300 points. Then we have Mr. Joe, almost tied with Gigi Corral. Then What the Hell, Chateau 91, Think Nick, and FM Spall still in negative. We now go to the last round, which has 10 more questions, and it's a classic round. So you have 1 abstention again. The Fakes are happy. And this is an open question, so be ready with your fingers to press if you know it. And this is a video question, so first you will see the video and then you will see the question. Raise your volume so you can watch and listen to this. You probably don't need to listen. Thank you all for in 4K again. And which city is this? Press if you know it.
10, 9,
Anybody?
7, 6, 5,
Nobody?
3, 2,
Come on, people.
1.
I'm really disappointed. And nobody knew that this is Copenhagen. Well, you're not gonna lose points, but yeah, I'm disappointed. Never been to Copenhagen, so I don't know how representative this video is of the city. So let's just forget about it and move on to question number 17, which is a mathematics question. And now we go back to multiple choice questions. So you remember you have 1 abstention. What is 49 over 14 equivalent to? 14 over 2, 28 over 7, 7 over 2, or it may not be simplified.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is 7 over 2. 7 halves. Let's take a look at your answers. Everybody knew it, with Chateau being the fastest, followed by FF, then Gigi Corral, Mr. Joe, Think Nick, FM Spall, the Fakes, and What the Hell at the last second. So well done. It was not super easy, but you could get there. Then a religion question. We still haven't had one. According to the Bible, what caused the people of the earth to speak different languages? I actually heard about this today. The birth of Ismail, the construction of the Tower of Babel, the Great Flood, or the ejection of Cain from Eden.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is the construction of the Tower of Babel. So they wanted to build this huge tower to impress the others, I think the animals, whatever, to impress others, and God punished them by making them speak different languages so they wouldn't understand each other. I think that's more or less the story, which I listened to in an ebook, in an audiobook today, so that's why I know it very well. Chateau 91, the fastest, and FF, Gigi Coral, and everybody else knew it, so well done. What the hell was the lowest? Question number 19, music. In which song can we find the lyrics, "Take your protein pills and put your helmet on"? Yeah, I can listen to it. Imagine, Space Oddity, Sweet Home Alabama, or
10,
Alone.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Space Oddity by David Bowie. The fakes don't know David Bowie. You don't deserve the first place. You just lost the first place, I can tell you, and you deserve to know. You said Sweet Home Alabama? Oh my. I think Nick and FF abstained and everybody else knew it, with Mr. Joe being the fastest. Then let's go to question number 20. Let's also send a facepalm. And this is a multiple choice question about foreign languages, but it has some audio, so I'm going to raise the volume a bit for you, but you also do that. So let's listen to this. Which language can you hear in this recording?
Dzisiaj temat, który zapewne zainteresuje osoby, które uczą się języków obcych i próbują się w nich porozumiewać, a mianowicie small talk. W tym przypadku w języku polskim. Spróbujemy dowiedzieć się od ludzi na ulicach Katowic, tego, czy w języku polskim w ogóle funkcjonuje coś takiego jak small talk.
And the correct answer was Polish. So let's see how many of you could recognize Polish language. Well, the fakes What the Hell and FM Spall were the best because they decided to abstain. And then, just like another question, everybody we have 3 answers, but not the right one. FF said Bulgarian, Chateau said Slovenian, and Mr. Joe, Think Nick, and Gigi Coral said Russian. Nope, that was Polish. Sorry. And let's take a look at the global standings, where we have Gigi Coral back in the lead by less than 100 points over Mr. Joe. The fakes, by not knowing Space Oddity, rightfully go down to number 3. Then What the Hell in 4, Chateau 91 in 5, Think Nick, FF, and FM Spall, who is now not a negative score anymore. So let's go. We now have the last 5 questions. Some of you still have abstentions, others don't. So Gigi Coral, Mr. Joe, and Chateau 91 are those, I think, who do not have an abstention left. Literature question. Let's see if this is hard again. Who is the author of the book titled Maigret in Holland? Maurice LeBlanc, Agatha Christie, Tom Wood, or George Simenon?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Maigret is all written by George Simenon. So let's see how many of you knew about this general fact. The fakes and FM Spall are not given the answer in time. You do not have abstentions, sorry. FF and Think Nick got it wrong and said Agatha Christie. Nope. The other 4, Gigi Coral, Chateau, What the Hell, and Mr. Joe, got it right. Let's go to question number 22, which is about politics. Who was the 28th President of the United States of America? 28th. Ronald Reagan, Benjamin Harrison, Woodrow Wilson, or Dwight Eisenhower?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer was Woodrow Wilson. I think he was president from 1914 to 1918, something like that. He was during the First World War, if I'm not mistaken. So we have the fakes, who are the only ones who know it. I guess they knew it very well since they answered with just 0.5 seconds to the end. Then Gigi Coral and Chateau91 abstained and used their lapse abstention. Mr. Joe got it wrong despite having an abstention. He said Benjamin Harrison. I don't even know who that is. Think Nick and FM Spall didn't give the answer in time. FF and What the Hell said Dwight Eisenhower. No, I think it was more like 35, something like that. Let's go to the 23rd question about science. What kind of animal is a badger? An amphibian, a mammal, a fish, or an insect?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is a mammal. So let's take a look at your answers. We have 4 correct answers from the fakes, who are the fastest. Then Chateau, Think Nick, and FF. Mr. Joe used his last abstention. What the Hell and Gigi Coral said an amphibian. FM Spall didn't answer. So yeah, this was probably about like 2 answers, and not everybody got it right. So let's go to question number 24 about showbiz. When did The Cosby Show start airing on television? 84, 94, 79, or 89?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct answer was 1984. Let's take a look at the standings. Chateau91 gave the fastest correct answer, then the fakes, Gigi Coral, and What the Hell. Then we have wrong answers from FF and Think Nick, who said 89, and Mr. Joe, who said 79. FM Spall didn't answer. So we can move on to the last question, which is going to be very important, and we have a photographic question about Formula 1, and this is an open question. This is very important. So if you know the answer to the question, press the button and then type in the answer. Let's go. Let's take a look at in which year did Sebastian Vettel win his last Formula 1 championship? His last one.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Anybody? Nobody. 2013, yeah, he won from 2010 to 2013. Those were his 4 championships. This was just to thank Sebastian for his career. And let's take a look at the final standings. So in last position we have FM Spall with minus 374 points. Let's move on to the 7th position, which is for Think Nick with 1,846 points. So no 4th place for you today. Maybe in the next party. 6th position for FF with 2,003 points. Let's move up to 5th which is for Mr. Joe, who was much better positioned during the party with 5,700 points. Number 4, so just off the podium for What the Hell with 5,700 points. So let's go on the podium. In third place, we have The Fakes with 6,700 points. Let's take a look at who is the winner of this first party of the night, and that is Gigi Corral with 7,000 points. So it was really close, with less than 200 points over Chateau 91. So I think this was one of the closest parties we've ever had. So let's go back to the home screen. Let's take a look at the standings of this tournament. Then I'm going to open the login for the second party that we're going to start at 9:45. So let's take a look at the full tournament standings, which see FN Spal, FFM, Mr. Joe, What the Hell. Then let's go up, and in third position we have Gigi Corral with 65 points, 2 out of 3 wins. Wow. Then we have Think Nick in second, the Chateau, The Fakes, Mike, Jenny, Oron, and Miral. And here we go. Let's hide the login screen. And let's start the second party, which is of course still valid for the full tournament. Next week we're going to have on Thursday the Italian night, and in 2 weeks on Tuesday, not on Wednesday, so on Tuesday, we'll have the final English night. But first of all, let's see who is playing in this party tonight. FFE, FM Spal, Gigi Corral, Mr. Joe, The Fakes, I like this picture, and Think Nick. And What the Hell? Every time I say and Think Nick, then there's somebody else. What the hell? Points, well, with the correct answer from 500 to 1000, so that's the usual, and you lose between 250 and 500 for a wrong answer. But now each round is going to have different extensions limits. I will explain you in a second, but you will always have 15 seconds to answer each question. Let's see the party format. So this is a bit different. For the first round is going to be power up. So in power up, the fastest team gets 1000 points, the second 750, then everybody else who gets it right gets 500 points. Losers lose like in a classic round. Survivor round, you've already seen it in the previous party. If you get one wrong question, you're out of the round. Then we have a classic round, a level up round, which is still classic. That means that it's going to be harder, and then the first 3 teams are going to qualify to the final with reset scores and play for the final victory with 5 last questions. So let's move to the first round, which is power up. So being the fastest team is going to be very important. So let's see the first question, and that is about religion. Hopefully not the Babel Tower. Nope. Which animal is typically eaten for Thanksgiving? Well, that's kind of easy. Religion. A turkey, a chicken, a pig, or a duck?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct answer is a turkey. So that is just to celebrate kind of Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow. The fastest team was Think Nick in less than a second, then FF, FM Spal, The Fakes, Mr. Joe, Gigi Corral, and What the Hell. Question number 2. History. When was the US Constitution written? 1787, 1801, 1776, or 1794?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is 1787. Don't forget that you have one abstention in this round. And only 3 teams got it right, with Gigi Corral being the fastest, then Mr. Joe and FM Spal. We have 2 answers saying 1794 and 2 answers saying 1776. No, 76 is the Declaration of Independence, not the US Constitution. That's where it's wrong. Let's go to question number 3, which is about foreign languages. How do you say screen in German? Hopefully the fakes will be the fastest. Monster, Schreibern, Bildschirm, or
10,
Geldschein?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is Bildschirm. So let's see who was the fastest, who was right. Well, the fakes were the fastest. It only took them 4 seconds to know it. This was not done on purpose. This was actually just randomly selected. You were lucky here, I promise. Then Think Nick, Gigi Corral, FF, and Mr. Joe and FM Spal abstained. And what the hell? If you have a lag, you can refresh. An easy way to refresh is to go to the settings down the bottom right, and you can just say you can just change the quality. So that is going to be an easy way to to refresh the screen without actually refreshing. Let's move on to question number 4. This is about general knowledge. In which US state is Purdue University located? I know this. Nevada, Delaware, Indiana, or Alabama?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is Indiana. I only knew it because when I was doing the PhD, there was a colleague of mine who went to Purdue University, so that's how I found out that it's in Indiana. FM Spal, Mr. Joe and Think Nick knew it. Gigi Corral, the fakes, and What the Hell abstained. FF said Delaware. Nope, it's not in Delaware, it's in Indiana. Let's go to question number 5. Geography. In which country is Lviv located? Germany, Denmark, Ukraine, or Poland?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Lviv is in Ukraine. I don't really know much about it, so let's just go to take a look at your answers. The fakes are the fastest. Now they got rid of the lag, definitely. Second fastest, Think Nick. Then everybody else was right except for What the Hell, who said Poland. Nope, what the hell. And let's take a look at the global standings at the moment. We have Think Nick with 2,519 points. So he's leading by 19 points over 3 teams who are FM Spal, Gigi Corral, and Mr. Joe. This is because of the way that this round played, so we have very round scores. And we have 3 teams in second position basically. And then 5th position for the fakes, but they're very close, FF, and then What the Hell is a negative score. Let's go to the second round now, which is a survivor round. You have 1 abstention again. And now we have an open question with a video, So first we're going to look at the video, increase the volume, and then you will see the question. Let's look at the video. What's the brand of this car? Press if you know it. Gigi Corral. Ah, it's always him. Type it in. Maserati. And the answer is correct. So well done and very fast. Well, no team was eliminated, so in this case only if you get the wrong answer during the open question, you're getting eliminated. This light is a bit bothering me, so I'll just move it a bit. And of course it's really hot. Oops, sorry, I'm doing a mess. Well, of course only Gigi Corral got points. Let's move on to question number 7, which is the second in this round. You all have your abstentions. This is a showbiz question. What is the original title of the popular television game show Games Without Frontiers, also known as one of my favorite childhood shows? Jeux sans frontières, Giochi senza frontiere, Spiele ohne Grenzen, or Hokuri Fara Frontiere?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the original title was in French language, Jeux sans frontières. Let's see if we have any. Nobody was eliminated, but 4 abstentions from Gigi Corral, Mr. Joe, The Fakes, and What the Hell, while we have 3 answers from ThinkNick, FF, and FM Spall. With ThinkNick being the fastest, so he really took that 7th position personally, like Michael Jordan. Let's look at question number 8, which is about science. And don't worry, ThinkNick, we also have a question specifically for you later. What is the symbol of indium? Sometimes there are specific questions for specific people. ID, IO, I, or IN.
10,
And this is not a specific
9,
question
8,
because it's just
7,
from the database.
6, 5.
So it's not designed for a chemical engineer to get it wrong,
1.
which is probably what's gonna happen. The correct answer was IN. Let's see if we have any eliminations. And yes, we have Gigi Corral, Mr. Joe, and What the Hell. Mr. Joe and What the Hell didn't answer, while Gigi Corral answered IO. ThinkNick was the fastest, followed by FM Spall, The Fakes, and FF. Question number 9, that's about politics. What's Melania Trump's maiden name? Petrovic, Struna, Knaus, or Gerbic?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is Knaus. So Melania Knaus. Before becoming Melania Trump. The Fakes are not familiar with Melania Knaus, and they said Melania Petrovic. Nope, that's not her. And actually, the way it's written is not even Slovenian. But it could be like a Slovenian name. Yeah. FM Spall knew it. ThinkNick and FF abstained. Last question. It's about sports. So we have 3 teams competing. Which sport did Brian Abana play? I think the Fakes would have known this. Rugby, basketball, volleyball, or soccer?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Uh,
5.
yes, the fakes. That's the
3,
correct answer.
2, 1.
No need to curse at me. That is rugby. He was like one of the best players in the sport, number 11 for the Springboks. FM Spal and Think Nick knew it. FF said basketball. Nope. He was a wing for South Africa. Global standings, FM Spal is in the lead. Second position for Think Nick, then Gigi Coral this time has 3,000 points to recuperate. Then the fakes in fourth, FF and Mr. Joe, and in negative, what the hell. Let's go to the third round, which is now a classic round. And just a reminder, we are now competing really for the first three positions because those are going to play in the fifth round, which is going to be the final, starting from zero again. So they are going to just determine who's the winner based on those final five questions. So it's important to be in the first three positions. Religion question. Before becoming Pope, which city was Pope Francis bishop of? Milan, Medellin, Rio de Janeiro, or Buenos Aires?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is Buenos Aires. So he's Argentinian, so Buenos Aires. Everybody knew this one with the fakes being the fastest, so well done. Let's go to question number 12. It's an open question about music with some audio, so I'm going to increase the volume, and so should you, because here it's going to be very important to listen to. And let's start with this question. And of course it's Gigi Coral. Who grew up listening to this every year. I'm waiting for the answer. I don't remember? That is not the correct answer. Oh my god. Let's reopen the question in 3, 2, 1, go. FF. Come on, I want to sing it. I'm waiting. You have 30 seconds to give the answer, otherwise it will get a notification. You should have a... No answer was given by FF. So you can still... you have 10 more seconds to write me here in this Twitch chat, otherwise I will have to give you a wrong answer. If you're using the app, you need the latest version of the app to type in the answer, unfortunately. I'm not getting any answer, so I'll have to give this wrong. And now I'm going to open it again for everybody else. Let's open it now. Start. Think Nick. Okay, I'm going to accept the answer in Italian. He said Marcia di Radetzky or Radetzky March. And that's very famous because it's the closing song for the Vienna New Year's concert every year. I will reset the audio level. Okay, so Think Nick gets his 880 points, so very well done. And FF and Gigi Coral lost points. Let's go to the next question, which is about science. What is the fear of color black called? Trypophobia, melanophobia, phasmophobia, or hemophobia?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is melanophobia, and not melania phobia. That's another thing. What the hell? Got it wrong saying phasmophobia. I don't even know if that's a thing. Gigi Coral abstained. Everybody else knew it, with the fakes being the fastest. Let's go to question number 14, which is sports. Is it going to be about rugby again? No. Who won the NBA title in 1996? That's really easy. The Seattle Supersonics, the Chicago Bulls, the Los Angeles Lakers, or the Utah Jazz?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is the Chicago Bulls. That's the year of the complete return of Michael Jordan. They beat the Seattle Supersonics in the final 4-2. I remember because I was waking up at night to watch the games. Gigi Coral, FM Spall, and What the Hell got it right. Think Nick and FF abstained. The Fakes and Mr. Joe got it wrong. They said Los Angeles Lakers. No, the Lakers stopped being good at the end of at the beginning of the 90s. Let's go to question number 15, which is about politics, but this has a video. So let's look at the video. And I think that this is the question for somebody. Raise the volume.
Somebody decided that they want to dispossess me of my iPad. So I want that. Can I have my iPad, please? So they stole it. I had my iPad.
Who got his iPad stolen? Jacob Zuma, George Weah, Cyril Ramaphosa, or Robert Mugabe?
9, 8, 7, 6.
And if you tell me that this is hard for you, I'm not. You're not gonna play
1.
for a specific person. That is, and that is of course Cyril Ramaphosa. So if the fakes didn't know this, I quit. I just stopped the streaming here. Oh, thank goodness. The fakes in 1 second, then FM Spall, Gigi Coral, Mr. Joe, and What the Hell abstained, Think Nick, and FF abstained but didn't have an abstention yet. So this was too funny. Yesterday when I was preparing this, I was just laughing all the time. FM Spall, wow, he has like quite a lead over Think Nick. So I think that FM Spall shouldn't have too many issues getting to the final. The Fakes and Gigi Coral are really fighting hard for that third position. So that's going to be quite a tough fight because only the first 3 teams are going to play in the final. And now we have 5 last questions before that final. And these questions are going to be hard. And you don't have any abstention now. So you have to answer. Let's go to the first of these questions. And this is about literature. Who is the author of the book titled Educated, a Memoir? Jojo Moyes, Tara Westover, AJ Finn, or RJ Palacio?
8, 7, 6, 5.
Okay.
4, 3,
I have no idea.
1.
That is Tara Westover. Let's see how you did. FM Spall knew it. Think Nick and FF knew it. Then Mr. Joe said AJ Finn. What the hell said RJ Palacio, and the Fakes said Jojo Moyes. I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce it. You don't have abstention, so Gigi Coral don't abstain. Showbiz. We have an image here. I think that the Fakes are going to know it. This is from the database, so not planned. Who is the actor in the photo? Chris O'Donnell, Bob Odenkirk, Stephen Moyer, or David Duchovny?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is Stephen Moyer, very famous from True Blood as Vampire Bill. Only Mr. Joe and the Fakes knew it. Everybody else thought that it was Chris O'Donnell. Nope, it's not Chris O'Donnell. It is Stephen Moyer. Let's look at question number 18, which is about foreign languages, and it's an open question. So be ready to press that button. Let's take a look at the question and immediately open the countdown. What does Turkish word dondurma mean?
10,
I'm waiting for
9,
Think Nick.
8,
I
7,
wrote it for you.
6,
You better
5,
press.
4, 3,
You're not
2,
pressing.
1.
You're not pressing. And that is ice cream. So disappointed. Week after week, I have like a question about Turkish language, and nobody knew it. Let's move on. Question number 19, general knowledge. As of 2018, what's the name of the airport located in Baltimore, Glen Burnie? Babe Ruth, Thurgood Marshall, John F. Kennedy, or Alfred Hitchcock?
9, 8,
Wow,
7,
that is
6, 5,
hard.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is Thurgood Marshall, and I have no idea who that is. And only Mr. Joe knew it, or maybe he was lucky. He got Thurgood Marshall. Then 3 of you said Alfred Hitchcock. 2 of you said Babe Ruth. Nobody actually said John F. Kennedy. FF abstained, but there is no point in abstaining now. Maybe he pressed too late. One last question to determine the 3 teams who are going to the final, and it's still open. Mathematics. We have an image here, so first we'll look at the image and then we'll see the question. That is interesting. I told you that this was hard. What is represented in this image? A partial derivative, a complex number, the product of a sequence, or the integral on a curved surface.
5, 4,
This is actually not so hard.
1.
And that is a partial derivative. Let's take a look at the standings for this question. Gigi Coral and Mr. Joe didn't know it and said the integral on the curved surface, but you should have looked for that kind of S for an integral. And on the curved surface you would have had like a circle on top of the S of the integral. The fakes were the fastest, then FF, Think Nick, FM Spall, and What the Hell. So let's see, very important now, the global standings. And the first three teams are FM Spal, ThinkNick, and The Fakes, who are going to the final. Mr. Joe, FF, Gigi Coral, and What the Hell are just going to compete for the fourth place, and they will start from the current scores. The first three teams will restart from 0. And everybody can play. So we will not have open questions. You do not have any abstentions now. This is the final. So FM Spal, The Fakes, and ThinkNick, you are starting from scratch, and this is your final 5 questions. Music. Which of the following things were banned by contract in the backstage of Van Halen's concerts? I recently heard that in a book. Their wives, spiders, brown and M&Ms, or Republicans.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer, believe it or not, is brown and M&Ms. This is because at the previous concert, one member of their staff almost died from the malfunction of something. I don't remember exactly what. So they decided, because the contract was not respected, so they put some very specific things in the contract, and to make sure that people who were hiring them for concerts were reading the whole contract, they put at the end of the contract there are going to be M&Ms, and no brown M&M is going to be there. Otherwise, we go back, you pay us fully, and we don't play. So whenever they were going to a concert, the first thing they would do was to check for M&Ms. If they found the brown M&M, they would leave. So that's the story. And only FM Spal and ThinkNick knew it, and Gigi Coral knew it, so well done. The Fakes and ThinkNick got it wrong. Mr. Joe, FNF, and What the Hell abstained, but you don't have abstentions now, so no, the wise thing to abstain. Literature question. Who is the author of the book titled Mansfield Park? Agatha Christie, Jane Austen, Edwin Abbott, or Philip Roth?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is Jane Austen. Let's see how you did. FM Spal, What the Hell, Gigi Coral, and FF knew it. ThinkNick said Agatha Christie. The Fakes and Mr. Joe said Philip Roth. Nope, sorry. Question number 3 of this final, science. Which chemical element is represented by a symbol Sn? Selenium, tin, oxygen, or strontium?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct answer is tin. Let's see how you did. The Fakes in less than 1 second. Wow, well done. Then FM Spal in 3 seconds, ThinkNick in 7, and Gigi Coral in 8, and FF in 13. What the Hell and Mr. Joe said strontium. Nope. No, everybody knew it except for them. 4th question of the final, general knowledge. Which of the following colors is not on South Africa's flag? This is random, so it's not to favor somebody. Black, gray, blue, or red?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct answer is gray. It's a very colorful flag and doesn't have gray. Let's look here. So the Fakes knew it, FM Spal knew it, FF, everybody knew it, except for Gigi Corral, who said blue, and What the Hell, who said red. And those are colors on the South African flag. Let's go to question number 25. So anthems, we have some music, some audio here, so I'm going to raise the volume for you, and so should you. So let's look at the question and listen to this national anthem. This is the national anthem of which country?
Three, two, one.
And the correct answer was Czech Republic. So let's see the final standings. And let's start from the 7th position, which is occupied by What the Hell in slightly negative points, minus 195. Then 6th position for Mr. Joe with 3,000 points. In 5th we have FF with 4,800 points. And 4th position for Gigi Corral with 5,800 points. Let's now go to the podium where we have the 3 finalists. So the 3rd position goes to Thinknick with 710 points. This last round was really hard, so still well done, Thinknick. And for the 1st and 2nd position, the winner is FM Spal with 4,200 points, with over 3,000 points of advantage over just 5 questions over the fakes. So very well done, FM Spal. Let's take a look at the standings of the fall tournament, and right after this we're going to start with the final party, which is not going to be part of the tournament, just to end the night. So the fall tournament in English language has these standings. So in last position we have Mirol, then Mr. Joe, FF, What the Hell. Let's go to the top where we have Gigi Corral with 77 points and Thinknick, the fakes, Chateau 91, FM Spal, which is not bad for 29 points in just 2 parties, then Mike, Jenny and Oren. And let's start this party and look at the teams who are logged in. So we have Chateau 91, FF, FM Spal, Gigi Corral, Mr. Joe, The Fakes, Thinknick, and What the Hell. This time I remember that we have somebody after Thinknick. And we have a classic party with 10 questions, points for a correct answer from 500 to 1000. Errors are not penalized, and you have unlimited abstention. So since errors are not penalized, if you don't know it, just answer. So that is what happens. Oh, I think I'm getting explanations about the missing open question from the previous round, from the previous party. So in this party, one thing that's going to be different is that we are going to have one multiple choice question and an open question. Multiple open. So we have 5 times this time. In case you're unable to answer, you can just write me on Twitch on any channel that you can reach me, that is also going to be accepted, especially if the app is not working for you. And let's see the first question, which is about religion, and it's a multiple choice question. When was Pope John Paul II shot? When? 83, 79, 81, or 85?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct answer is 1981 on May, I don't remember the date, maybe 13th, something like that. FM Spall is the fastest, followed by Gigi Coral, FF, Chateau 91, Think Nick. Wrong answer for What the Hell, who said 79, Mr. Joe and the Fakes, who said 83. Let's go to question number 2, and now it's an open question. So be ready to press the button, and then you will type in the app. In case you have issues, you can just write me directly in some other way. In which song can we find the lyrics, "Everybody just have a good time"?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Somebody
2,
press.
1.
Na 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 na. Everybody just have a good time. Party rock anthem. I'm surprised nobody knew it. And so 0 points for y'all. Showbiz. Now we have an image, so let's take a look at this image. And this is somebody. The picture from John Jensen from Flickr. Who is the actor in the photo? Robert Downey Jr., Robert De Niro, Robert Redford, or Robert Duvall?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct answer is Robert Duvall. Let's take a look at the standings. FM Spall the fastest, then Think Nick, What the Hell, FF, The Fakes are all correct. Then Gigi Coral, Chateau 91, and Mr. Joe got it wrong, with Gigi Coral saying Robert De Niro. No, that's not what Robert De Niro looks like. And Chateau 91 and Mr. Joe saying Robert Redford. No, that was Robert Duvall. Question number 4, again an open question. If you know, press. Let's start. When did a fire following an earthquake destroy San Francisco?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. What are the
3,
negatives?
2, 1.
I guess that's a bug. Good point. Gigi Coral. (1906). And the answer is correct. Apparently you are actually going to lose points if you get the wrong answer, so you'd rather abstain. Sorry about that. I guess that's a bug that I will have to fix, so I know what to do this week. But yeah, you can abstain for free, so at least you have that. So only Gigi Coral gets points here. And let's move on to question number 5, which is multiple choice question. What's the name of the Major League Soccer team from San Jose? Warriors, Miners, Geeks, or Earthquakes?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's the Earthquakes. And ironic, after The San Francisco earthquake question. San Jose is in the Bay Area. Chateau says miners. Nope. The fakes say warriors. Nope. FF it doesn't say anything. Nope. FM spelled the fastest as usual. Then Mr. Joe, DJ Carl, what the hell, and Think Nick get it right. Sorry about errors not penalized, but actually being penalized. FM Spall in the lead, followed by Think Nick in second position, then Gigi Carl, FF, what the hell, Chateau 91, then Negative Mr. Joe, and the Fakes. You're probably not expecting the to be penalized. Surprise! General knowledge with an image, and this is an open question, so I'm going to click and then you will see the image and the question. And press if you know it. What's the name of this game?
10, 9, 8.
Played it. Think Nick. No answer was given by Think Nick. I think you mispressed, so you can send me either here or on WhatsApp your answer. I'm going to wait for 30 more seconds. But not more than 30. Oh. So Nick, I think Nick says Reversi. And the answer, technically it's wrong. I'm not sure this is Reversi. At least this is not the answer that I have written here. This is the hard thing about open questions, so let's open it again.
10, 9, 8.
Chateau 91. Chateau 91 says go. And this is the answer that I have here. So congrats, Chateau 91. I will have to check if go and reversi are two different things or what. So I see that we have one more team now. Let me check if I need to do any. No, we have all the teams. Yeah, it's fine. No need to censor anybody. Chateau 91 is the only one who get it right. Question number 7, multiple choice. When was the first public call with a mobile phone prototype made? With a mobile phone. 85, 73, 80 or 65?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that happened in 1973. That was the only different date. So Mr. Joe got it wrong and said 65. The fake said 80. Think Nick said 85. Chateau and Estelle didn't say anything. FF, Gigi Curl, What the Hell, and FM Spall got it right. So let's move on to question number 8. This is literature. And this is an open question, so be ready with your finger. Who is the author of the collection The Happy Prince and Other Tales? Come on, even now I know
9,
that.
8, 7, 6.
Chateau 91. I think I have the book somewhere. And she says Oscar Wilde. And the answer is correct. Well done. So of course only Chateau 91 gets points here. I know it's really hard for you to tell the standings. They're very interesting. Politics. Last multiple choice question. Who killed Robert Kennedy? Sir Hunter Hunt, Charles Manson, Theodore Lee Westerman or
9,
Lee
8,
Harvey Oswald?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct answer was Sirhan Sirhan. Let's see how you did. I think Nick got it wrong and said Charles Manson. No, that's not what happened. That's not why Charles Manson is famous. FF and what the hell said Lee Harvey Oswald. I think he killed JFK, not Robert Kennedy. The fake Estelle and Chateau 91 abstained. Mr. Joe, Gigi Carl, and FM Spall got it right. Let's go to question number 10, which is the last question of the party, and it can decide who is going to be the winner of this party, and it's an open question, so be ready if you want to win this party. And also for a third place, we have about 1, 2, 3, 4 teams who can be in third place. What's the largest two-digit number that is multiple of 3?
9, 8, 7, 6.
The fakes. I'm waiting for your answer. Oh, you didn't get a pop-up, okay, but you wrote me here. So you say that it's 99, and I say that the answer is correct. So well done. And we can now move on to the final standings. So we'll have to look into this answering remotely to open questions issue. And in 9th position we have Estelle with 0 points. I'm not sure if you played or what. Then 8th position for the fakes. 7th place for Mr. Joe. 6th place for Think Nick. We're getting closer to the podium. In the 5th place we have What the Hell. 4th position, so right out of the podium there is Chateau 91 with 1,800 points. Let's go on the podium. 3rd place for FF with 1,937 points. The two teams who won the previous two parties are competing for the final win. So the winner is FM Spall with 4,649 points, about 1,000 points over Gigi Coral. So congrats FM Spall, well done Gigi Coral, and well done FF. So thank you for playing tonight. For Italian speakers we are going to play again next week on Thursday, and for English speakers in 2 weeks on Tuesday, not Wednesday. So thank you for playing and have a good night. See you soon.